It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Well, howdy. Good morning to you. Here we are on Tuesday. Ethan and Diana Tyndall from Modern Day Marketing.
Morning.
How was your Monday?
It was a Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah.
I mean, it was
Monday
great.
It wasn't terrible,
was
but it was just busy. Very busy Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
At any rate, here we are on Tuesday, and we're going to turn it around.
Yes.
And we'll start with some news. Bolivar police were able to arrest an accused sexual predator thanks to a Facebook group.
Wow.
The group post as a teenage boy was able to use that to gather evidence that will be used in the man's criminal case. That group is called Operation SOAP, SOAP. The accused is a registered sex offender who was on probation at the time. So now back behind bars.
Wow. Well, thanks to Facebook. And in some worlds, it's actually good.
Yeah.
Well, this was crazy. A fire in a hotel in Branson. It was sparked by a natural gas explosion. Windows on the Spark Hotel on Shepherd of the Hills Expressway, they were blown out by the blast. Firefighters arrived quickly on the scene to battle the flames and to get the fire under control. And at least one firefighter and one person on the scene had to go to the hospital for treatment. So hopefully they're recovering quite well. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, there was apparently only one person working there, and there were no people staying at the hotel at the time. So, that's good.
Thank goodness it happened in the off season.
Yeah,
Branson.
Right,
Wow.
Exactly. I think they may have been working on it. I don't know what. The Ozark School District will spend $3 million to add turf to the fields and make upgrades to the baseball and softball fields there, as well as resurface tennis courts, build an accessible playground, and make some other improvements there in Ozark. The district will spend another $2 million to repair the roof at the high school. So that adds up to $5 million. And that is the remaining $5 million that was left over from a $19 million school bond issue that voters approved back in 2022. The bulk of the money has already been spent to build 3 storm shelters across the district and a new activities building at the high school. So that came in apparently under budget, so they're able to do other things as well.
Yeah. Well, who knew turf was that expensive?
Well, turf will add up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that new turf too. Yeah. The next election is right around the corner, though it probably won't be as big an election day as what we saw here in November, because it was a presidential and all of that. Look at my machine. There we go. April 8th is the next election date. And today, absentee voting begins in Greene County. So if you want to vote absentee or you need to, you can do that in Greene County. You can vote in-person absentee at the Greene County Election Center, which is located on Boonville.
Yeah. I believe school board elections, right?
Okay. Yeah. So there will be interest for sure.
I think there will be. I think there's a couple seats up in at least the Springfield Public Schools district. So
yep. I think
I'm
you're
starting
right.
to see some stuff. So
right. For the last few years, the school board has been a contentious big deal in really districts all across the country.
Yeah.
Loudoun County, Virginia. Remember that?
Yeah. Wow. Okay, well, on to this story. We told you this news, and then now here's this latest update. It now appears that the Joann's fabric store in Springfield, it will be closing after all. Yeah. In fact, every single Joann's will be shutting down as part of bankruptcy. The company bought the assets in bankruptcy and decided to just close all its stores. It was Joann's second bankruptcy filing in a year. So sad story.
Yeah, and then they thought some stores were going to stay open, but alas, it's not been to be.
No, and I'm kind of wondering where all the people will go to get their fabric. Like, there's FM Store. FM Store does good business.
Does Michael's do fabric?
No.
Hobby Lobby does fabric, right?
Hobby Lobby. I don't think so.
They do some fabric. I don't know that it's as big as Joann's, but I remember I've been in Hobby Lobby and I've seen fabric with my own eyes.
Well, that's more than most men. I'll just say.
I'm not proud of it.
I'm
I'm not
impressed,
proud of it.
Ethan Voorhetz. Well done going into a fabric store. And at least knowing that they had fabric. That was better than me. Okay, well, on to this, not so funny. The University of Missouri is trimming its budget to prepare for potential funding cuts. The university's president sent out a letter to employees, and the administration said, as a precaution, the university is conducting a focused review of operations and is cutting anywhere possible. So I think we're seeing a lot of that nowadays.
It's in vogue suddenly to cut your budget and trim some things. So it looks like everybody's doing it.
And we've told you about this before, but it's coming up and it's going to probably sell out. The Convoy of Hope Annual International Women's Day is coming up on March 13th. Tickets are on sale now, and it's a time for women to get together with other women and celebrate what Convoy is doing across the globe through its women's empowerment program. Special guests include business icon and philanthropist and entrepreneur Kathy Ireland. You would recognize her if you Googled her. I had to Google her for a minute because I recognized her name, but I was like, who is this? Well, she was on the cover of like Sports Illustrated and stuff.
She was. Yes.
So I think that's amazing. And then not only that, but also singer Lady Antebellum, Hillary Scott, will be performing. So get a little concert in there as well. There's going to be small plates. You'll get to pack feminine hygiene products or little kits that they'll be able to distribute. And then you can attend at either the 4:30 or the 7 p.m. program. They're both going to be the same. And last year sold out. So like we said, get your tickets early. convoyofhope.org/IWD. Or guys, go buy them for your gals.
Exactly. And it is very close to being sold out now. So if you're for real and you haven't gotten tickets yet, I think the 4:30 is already sold out.
Is it?
So the 7 o'clock would be open for you to go. But again, it's the same program, and just gives you more time in the afternoon to get there and enjoy the evening. But it is
it's at the headquarters at the Convoy of Hope headquarters.
So I see the headquarters.
Yeah, I've never been, so I'm looking forward to going to this and
It'll
seeing
be fun.
The whole layout.
Yep, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's a good time.
Neat.
We've already told you about several concerts coming to Thunder Ridge Nature Arena this spring, summer, and fall. They're loading them up, and the latest one, the latest two concerts actually, excuse me, are now scheduled, and they're going to be big as well. Legendary country band, Hall of Famers, Alabama will perform in just a couple of months. Alabama,
cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
They're going to be there at Thunder Ridge Nature Arena Memorial Day weekend on May 25th. So I think that's the Sunday evening, which means you have all day Monday to recoup and sleep in and not have to go to work that day. Because it's tough to get back late after a concert and have to go to work.
For sure. Yeah.
So Alabama on May 25th. Tickets go on sale at noon on Friday, and you can get them at livenation.com.
Set your phone alarms, everybody.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Alabama's a big deal.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I can't think of the songs that they sing. Like, if you were like, hey, here's the title, I'd be like, oh,
yeah. Dixieland Delight, Tall Cotton. You would recognize.
Copperhead Row? No.
There's the one.
I don't know. I am
can't remember.
The worst person to think of the songs and the artists that go with them. Like, you don't want me on your trivia team when it comes to that stuff, but you want me on your team to finish the lyric. I am really good at that.
Is that right? Okay.
It might not be the right lyric, but it'll be a strong.
But you can finish it, yeah. Okay.
It'll be like what I heard. I'm like, I thought it said cow. It really said meow. I don't know. It's what I hear. Okay, right. So from Alabama to now this, the largest Christian music festival in the state is coming back to the Ozarks this year. Light the Way is putting together its annual 2-day festival, and this year it will take place at Thunder Ridge Nature Arena in Ridgedale on September 12th and 13th. The lineup of artists will be announced on March 10th, so stay tuned for that. And this year, Light the Way will feature a fan zone for the first time, featuring food food, vendors, artists, merchandise, games, and so much more. So that'll be very exciting.
Yeah, that's a great 2-day event. Over the last several years, Sarah got to speak at it a couple of years ago. Well, she's been to a few they have them in different states too. So she's been to a couple. Okay. And I'm looking forward to who's coming. I don't know who's coming, but in the past, they get big
major
names.
Headliners.
King and Country Country's been there. Carrie Job's been there. So a lot of big names have been there. So I expect the same here. And what a venue to be out there and to spend 2 days at a festival.
Amazing.
At Thunder Ridge Nature Arena it's a beautiful place. So that'll be amazing. Fun. That'll be fun. And tickets, we'll figure out when tickets go on sale for that. But March 10th, they're going to announce who's going to be there. So that's going to lead to all the ticket sales, I'm sure.
Can we go back to Alabama? I had to look up the songs.
Did you do it? Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Born Country. I was born country. Something country.
Country's what I love.
I like. Country's what I like. It's not called that.
And this country's what I love, I think.
And I don't know. You don't want me on your trivia team for that song, but play me some mountain music,
That's
right?
The one.
That one. Okay. Why Lady Why? I haven't heard of that one.
I think that was an 80s Alabama song.
That was yeah. And
Dixieland Delight, right?
Yeah, that was on there.
That's on there.
I didn't want to Tennessee River.
Yeah.
Thistle Hair, the Christmas Bear. I used to sing that with a friend for Christmas time.
Okay.
People probably are like, what in the world is that song? Well, it's a good song.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, that's Alabama, folks.
You'll probably know every song when you're there, even Why Lady Why.
I'm going to have to listen to it. Why, lady? I wonder what went behind in writing that song.
It totally feels like an 80s country song, though, to me. I think we'll have to check that.
Happy Tuesday.
All right. Lots of good concerts coming. Light the Way, Alabama. And then we've already told you about Willie Nelson coming. And man, oh man, lots of stuff. Lots of
good stuff.
For sure. All right. Anything else on a Tuesday?
No. Have a great day, folks.
Okay. You have a great day as well. And we will see you right back here bright and early tomorrow on Wednesday.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, February 25th, and we are waking up with temperatures above freezing. And I think everybody's going to get a little mood boost today because once again, I've got sunshine and mid 60s in the forecast. Yes, the warmest day of the week ahead today. It is so nice compared to the weather that we had around just 1 week ago with all the extreme cold, of course, the snowfall, still a little bit of that lingering around. We're going to do more of that melting today, and road conditions are now just fine. However, I expect that some of the snow that's still hiding in the shadows of the playground and the north side of the house is still going to melt off as we head through the rest of the day today. The 60s and the sunshine combined, it should be more than enough to get rid of that snow once and for all. Today is the warmest day of the week in my forecast, with temperatures nearly 15 degrees above where they typically are this time of the year. Average highs land somewhere in the low 50s typically this time, and we're going to be anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees above average, not just today, but lasting through the rest of the work week too, and the weekend is shaping up to look quite nice as well. Above average in the forecast this week, there is a weak frontal boundary heading our direction. I want to warn you of that. It's coming on Wednesday, and while it will provide at least a small chance for some light rain showers, I'm really not expecting this to be any sort of big impact event. Rain totals look low, rain coverage looks low, but it will mean a slight cool down for the second half of the work week. So enjoy those mid 60s and get outside at some point today. I do expect that most of the area will stay dry, and there's not going to be a whole lot of rain to speak of, but Wednesday is the only chance that we have. In fact, when I look at the long range forecast, really over the next 7 days, things are looking pretty dry in the Ozarks. Things look nice late in the week with temperatures slightly above average, We look mild for the weekend, and it's not until next week, maybe the early or middle part of next week, that we see rain chances return for everybody, and there could even be some thunderstorm chances. Long-range models indicating some storms are possible in the forecast next week. That's something that I'll keep my eye on as that gets a little bit closer. Temperatures today, mid and upper 60s. It is going to be beautiful, and there will be a few folks that are flirting with that 70-degree point today. I don't quite think we get there in Springfield, but some fair weather clouds and some sunshine will do us some good in the forecast today. On Wednesday, there will be at least a small chance. I'm giving it about a 30% chance for some light showers. Temperatures still look really mild, and in fact, a lot of us still make it to the mid-60s tomorrow. We're cooler on Thursday. Highs will drop to the 50s behind that frontal boundary, but we will have the sunshine back. And then on Friday, temperatures should top out in the mid-60s once again with a good amount of sunshine again. So things are looking great for us as we head closer to the weekend. Around the country, temperatures continue to slowly warm and moderate for much of the southern United States. We were all kind of in that deep freeze with the polar vortex event last week. Now we're thawing out, and much of the country is seeing above average and more mild temperatures in the forecast, which is not just a welcome change for us. A lot of folks are thankful for that. Even Florida last week had highs in the 50s. They're going to be back up into the mid and upper 70s this week. So things are feeling good everywhere across the Ozarks. All right, time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question. And the question that I left you with yesterday was, where is the windiest place on Earth? And the options that I gave you were A, Antarctica, B, New Zealand, C, Oklahoma, or D, New Hampshire. And the answer is A, Antarctica, but the 4 options that I gave you actually come back on Earth.com's 10 windiest places on Earth. Taking the number 1 spot is Commonwealth Bay, Antarctica. The Guinness Book of World Records and National Geographic both list Antarctica as the windiest place on the planet. We have winds recorded over 150 miles an hour on a regular basis, and the average annual wind speed there is 50 miles an hour all the time. Like constantly 50 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy to think about. Number 2 on the list was Wellington, New Zealand. Highest wind speed recorded there is 154 miles an hour, but the average wind speeds are 27 miles an hour. It is often known as Windy Wellington. Always windy there as well. And then you might be surprised that Oklahoma and New Hampshire are on the list. Oklahoma in Bridge Creek in 1999, unfortunately, the wind speed recorded here was from a Category 3 tornado. Wind hit and was clocked at 302 miles an hour. Pretty unbelievable, which puts it on our top 10 list here. And then in New Hampshire, this is actually from Mount Washington, New Hampshire. The Mount Washington Observatory staff documented the fastest wind gusts ever recorded on the face of the earth at 231 miles per hour. That was back in 1934. So we beat that now, but wind velocity here all year long is about 32 miles per hour. So still very windy in Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Now you know. But congrats if A, Antarctica was your guess. Here is the quiz question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. True or false? Frogs get noisier before it rains. What do you think? You can submit your guess over at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening this morning and starting your day with me here at Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. And thanks to our sponsors, John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a great one. Enjoy the outdoors. Get outside at some point today. Feel the warmth, feel the sunshine, and enjoy that 65 degrees. I'll be back to chat with you again first thing tomorrow.